Hello and welcome to the BMW Car Club of America National Capital Chapter Sim Racing League, live tonight from Mount Panorama Circuit here in Bathurst. It's going to be a good race, exciting race tonight from one of the most exciting tracks in the world. These guys are not going to have a lot of room to work with tonight. This 3.86 mile circuit with 23 turns going up and down a mountain here, and it gets very tight and a little close for comfort up in that section of the racetrack as we are working through the qualifying session. Currently, Christopher Hill, already a two-time winner this season, going to be looking to get another one here tonight at Mount Panorama. He is fastest in qualifying. Steve Ficacci, who returned to the league last week, going to try and make up for a little bit of a lackluster or mistake-ridden performance at Daytona. Very uncommon from last season's champion. See if he can bounce back here tonight at Mount Panorama as we take a look at Christopher Hill. We'll go on board with him through the mountain section of this racetrack. A lot of lefts and rights and just how tight it is. All these blind corners that make up this racetrack. We do want to thank you so much for joining us here on V-Speed. Tonight's race is brought to you by SEO Mike and Beltway Brewing Company, and you will hear more about them between the first and second sprint race here tonight. And that is the format for this series. 2 sprint races, 20-minute sprint races make up each event, plus the qualifying will also earn the drivers points. Top 15 qualifiers will earn points, and then finishing the top 15 in either of those sprint races, you earn points as well. So right now, currently towards the top of the standings, you got Christopher Hill and Darren Treacle also up there in the mix in the points. Look here, see what those are looking like. Coming into tonight's race, it is Christopher Hill, Darren Treacle, who won last week. He has had a very good start to this season, only a few points behind Christopher Hill. Rafael Torres is in third in the standings. Michael Pavolano, Adam Pohl making up the top 5. Peter Lanik, Brian Kennedy, Stefan Vappa, Jesse Brannon, and Aspen Belvin make up the top 10 in the standings. So keep an eye out for all of those drivers. Some new names performing well so far this season. It's got a little smaller field tonight. That will be interesting. More opportunities for a few drivers who maybe don't make it into the points all that often. Might be able to score a few here tonight. Everybody's had a great week so far. It's been a long one for myself, but really excited to have this race tonight to look forward to. And we are about to grid up here for sprint race number 1. Taking a look at the starting grid here tonight. Christopher Hill, a 202.4. Going to take the pole for the start of sprint race number 1. To his outside, it'll be Rafael Torres in the 777 machine. He'll roll off from the second position here in this race. Rolling off from the third position, it'll be Steve Ficacci. Good qualifying effort from him. Adam Pohl rolls off 4th. 5th will be Aaron Dietrich. Jonathan DeKuscher going to be in the 6th position. Michael Pavolano 7th. Stefan Vappa 8th. Brian Kennedy 9th. Darren Treacle rounds out the top 10. In 11th, it's Clint Fletcher. Peter Lanik will start from the 12th position here tonight. Yakov Bielik, 13th. Reed Wilson, 14th. Mike Nickham, 15th. Scott Kim, 16th. Justin Craig, 17th. Aspen Belvin, who's been one of the hard chargers these first 3 races and came home on the podium in one of the the final sprint race last week. He'll roll off 18th here tonight. 19th, Jesse Brannon, and Peter Yerxa going to be starting from the 20th spot. Stephen Tenney rolls off 21st. Birkin and Dogdu going to be starting from the 22nd position and rounding out the field there. 22 drivers here for Mount Panorama tonight. Conditions around the racetrack: 72-degree air temp, 84-degree track temp. That's a little bit warmer than we've seen from some of these races in the past, so drivers going to have to deal with the maybe slicker conditions along with the challenging nature of this racetrack. Really just going to have to race the track and not each other. The goal is really just to survive these events Where you finish in the end of heat race, or sprint race number 1 rather, you will start in that position in sprint race number 2. So if you want good points tonight, it's going to be important to finish sprint race number 1 in a good spot. Good, the pace car going to make its way onto the pit lane here under the Armor All Bridge into the final corner, as Christopher Hill will lead us to the green flag. And Rafael Torres not quite alongside, maybe trying to get a better opportunity, better jump, and green flag in the air, off and away from Mount Panorama. Field goes through turn number 1, no issues so far. Everybody cleanly through there, that is good to see. Christopher Hill gets away with the race lead over Rafael Torres down the hill here, and then we going sharp right-hand corner. Got a nice 3 or 4 car length lead over the 777 machine as they go single file through this section of the track. Everybody seems to be making their way through, no problems just yet. Kachi back here in the 3rd position with his sights set, and maybe a little moment there for Michael Pavolano, who's got that is Kusher, I think, alongside him. It is. They went side by side. Dangerous position on the racetrack to do that. You will not see a lot of that here in the hill section of this this circuit. What it looks like as you make your way down. If you get offline just a little bit, you may find one of those barriers. It's going to be a real challenge of resilience here tonight. It's going to be mental fortitude and making sure that you hit your marks. Don't overdrive your car. The goal is just to come home in one piece in this event. Take a look back. Nobody has had any issues yet. That is great to see. Already drivers like the 61 machine back 15 seconds off the race leader Christopher Hill, who's making his way down towards the final corner on the speedway. He has a comfortable margin, about 0.7 of a second back to Rafael Torres as they complete lap number 1. No battles right now. Nobody side by side headed down into that corner. May have an opportunity here. This is Darren Treacle, who's been so fast the first 3 events. Right now mired outside the top 10. So I believe he's made his way right up to the back bumper of Peter Lanik. Could fancy an opportunity here into turn number 2. Making that move at this moment in time, though. Stephen Papa a little bit offline there through turn number 1. Brian Kennedy all over his tail. They work their way up the hill section now. Anybody wrecks in this section of the racetrack, also there's a lot of blind corners, and it could be very big. So drivers can be on their best behavior. Oh, almost in the wall there for Brian Kennedy. Carrying so much speed, over 130 miles an hour through this section of the racetrack now, hitting over 140 and getting up close to 150 miles an hour as they start to make their way down the descent. Really cool to see these cars just fly around this place. Clint Fletcher at the tail end of this short line of race cars in the 12th position. See this place just surrounded by forest, and they're just racing through the hills here in Bathurst. Track home to one of the greatest endurance events there is, and a lot of drivers have made their name racing Australian supercars around this place, as Darren Treacle still stuck outside the top 10, but right there on the back bumper of Peter Lanik. But no passes really being made at the moment. pretty comfortable with where they're at. They've got to make it to the end of the race. Those moves might come a little bit later. The lead now up to 1.3 seconds. Christopher Hill over Rafael Torres. Steve Ficacci. His sight set on circle 7. Not able to close in at the moment. Aero push going to be a bit of a problem in his higher speed corners. Back to the left hand, little aero push, probably maybe a little late on the turn in for Ficacci. So yeah, you can just see he sent it down into the right hander there at the start of these S's, and if you are off by even just a few inches, it's going to affect your trajectory down the entire hill. Stefan Vappa with a line of race cars behind him. These 5 cars battling, and Vappa goes a little wide. Car in the wall. That is Peter Lanik. And now an opportunity possibly for Brian Kennedy, who's going to take it alongside the 97 of Vappa. Work down this long straightaway. Also, Darren Treacle might have an opportunity to make the move on Lanik, who's now got right front damage. And Brian Kennedy with the straight line speed. He'll out-drag Stefan Vappa. He'll take the 8th position away. Good battle right there as Treacle also takes away the 10th spot. Lanik may be in trouble here. He may find his way headed towards the back with that damage. A lot of long, straight sections to this track. It does appear that the 61 of Birkin Godu has had some issues. Jesse Brandon, Mike Nickham also possibly having problems. Peter Yerkes falling back to 20th. He is having connection issues, so not a good sign for him here to start out the night. Aspen Belvin already moving up. He's been one of the biggest movers in the number 84 machine, the Dale machine, as he ran at Daytona last week, and up 3 positions so far in this one into the points at the moment. So keep an eye on him, continue his march forward, and very good here these opening races this season. Christopher Hill, though, just on fire. He won and led every single lap in the first 2 race events this season. And photo finishes in both of the sprint races, only to be outdueled by Darren Treacle at Daytona last week. But he was right up there in the mix leading laps, as he does almost every single race. Always a force to contend with. This battle for second, closing back up a little. Ficacci fighting his way towards the back bumper. Adam Pohl a little ways back from them. He's just about 2 seconds behind the 00. You can see Ficacci is closed right up now, and he is within a car length to put that pressure on Torres, who has had his share of mistakes, but also has had a lot of speed here so far this season in the M4 GT3 machines. Ficacci, last season's champion, just trying to get back into contention. Missed the first 2 races. Here in race number 4, going to try and land on the podium for the first time this season. Fighting for that second position. A little farther back, Stefan Vappa, who lost the position to Brian Kennedy. He's going to be feeling the heat now from Darren Treacle, who's started to make his way forward a little bit. Vappa takes a peek to driver's right on Brian Kennedy. Kennedy misses his marks because of that, and this could be an opportunity for a battle up the hill, but that is so difficult to do, and Vappa goes offline just a little bit, trying to set up for the exit of this corner. Back to the right. They are all over each other right here, these 3 race cars. As Darren Treacle lost touch just a little bit right there, maybe trying to clear some space, knowing that those two could get into it. He does not want to be right behind them. Of course, cheer on your favorite driver out there in the chat. Let us know you're watching, who you're rooting for. A lot of great drivers here in this league, this BMW Car Club of America's National Capital Chapter, serving the DMV area, Virginia, Maryland, and Washington, D.C., where that region of the BMW Car Club of America fits. A lot of drivers from that club here tonight, but also drivers that are not a part of that region, or been part of the BMW Car Club of America at all in this league, and often very competitive and having a great time out here week to week, and really fun to see the league growing. Had over 20 drivers in every single event that we have broadcast here on VSpeed. That is awesome, and tonight actually one of the lower participation nights, but that may be just the nature of the track. Maybe a lot of drivers not comfortable with running out here, or not experienced enough. We're gonna keep our eye on this battle back here. Ryan Kennedy out in front of Stefan Vapa, Darren Treacle, and Vapa just continuing to apply pressure. As we have a car around, is Mike Nickham losing it out of turn number 1. Just lost the back end, back on the throttle a little too early, maybe downshifted an extra gear. Gets it back pointed in the right direction. Currently 21st, gets passed up by Stefan Tenney. This about 40 seconds behind the race leader. Maybe issues for Darren Treacle, who's around right here in the hill. Oh, this is so dangerous. And he is going to try and get it corrected here, but oh, that is not a good spot. So tough. He does have time now with Stefan Tenney and others. Let's go back and see what happens to Treacle as he was battling with Vapa and Kennedy. Big issues for the driver, the number 70, who... Oh, they wrecked in front of him. That car towed. That was Aaron Dietrich. And then it looks like Treacle with problems separately got spun around by... that was Clint Fletcher who got into him, and that just is going to end. Oh, another wreck. Oh, man. Gets caught up with Stefan Tenney. Oh, my goodness. Things go from bad to worse for Darren Treacle. As Vapa with big problems. His car broken, and they do have one fast repair here. But that's going to knock him out of the points in this event, as well as Darren Treacle. Have some work to do in sprint race number 2. Never count on anything to go perfectly or as expected in racing. Brian Kennedy pulls it onto pit road. He's got heavy rear end damage and front end damage. This will drop him out of the points. Another driver who's up there in the top 10 in the standings. Tough luck for some of those guys. Like I said, things happen quickly up there on the hill section of this racetrack. Got a fan cheering for Reed Wilson, the number 11 machine. Started 14th, up 5 spots into 9th. A couple spots behind him. Aspen Belvin up 7 positions. One of those drivers, man, he just knows how to work his way to the front, takes care of his stuff. He has had some very impressive performances. Definitely one to keep your eye on every race. He will make his way into contention, at least into a top 10 position, maybe even up towards that top 5. He is wheeling it right now behind Jaka Bielik, 141 machine, who is, I believe, possibly missing some teammates. I'm not sure. We're missing a couple out here tonight that have been in the first 3 races, as I think maybe some contact with the wall behind them, possibly Scott Kim into the barrier. He looks okay though as he gets up to the 12th position, a little wide right there. That'll open an opportunity for Jesse Brannon. And then Justin Craig. An eye on Brandon as he looks to drivers right, headed back towards the final corner of the racetrack. Or rather, this is not the, this is going to be back to the right-hand section here, then back to the left. Got Kim is going to give up that position, but oh, there goes Brandon off track. Overshoots the corner, now side by side. Got Kim and Justin Craig battling for that 12th spot. Brandon still in the points in 14th. Got Kim is just going to give that spot away right now to Justin Craig, and got one of those drivers. He's not going to be too aggressive. I think he knows what that car is capable of in his hands, and you know, brings it home one piece, and solidly in the points right now in 13th. So not really any turns there. As at the front of the pack, another dominating performance so far. Christopher Hill out in front by almost 4 seconds over Rafael Torres, who continues to hold second over Steve Ficacci. But look at Ficacci, he is there. Battle has not lightened up at all. I think Ficacci might be able to put a move on him here in the back half of this racetrack. Gonna have to have a good run down the hill. Keep him in his sights, so close to those barriers. Ficacci pushes a little wide right there. That'll open up the gap to a few car lengths. The draft is going to be a thing here tonight. Ficacci closing up as they work their way towards the kink up here. They'll have to be closer than that to set up a pass on this part of the racetrack. Christopher Hill maybe with some issues up in front of them. Lost some time. Got back down now to about 3 seconds. It was almost 4 seconds, so just a bad lap from Christopher Hill. Maybe a slight mistake. Here's Ficacci, closes it up now, just a few car lengths. Here's for the double zero, and then also for the 15 of Jonathan DeCoucher. Up here nicely in the 6th position. A little bit of left front damage, but still wheeling it out here. Clint Fletcher. Next car back from him, he's got a little damage. Also, I believe that is Aaron Dietrich back on the track, or another car. Oh, that is Berkins with the heavy nose damage, 2 laps off the pace right now. That's possibly an issue for Peter Lanick, who brings it onto pit road. Did he lose an engine? He lost the nose. Oh boy, what a bad moment here. Oh, Aspen Belvin involved in it too. Oh, Peter Lanick got through that section, had a hard time controlling the car, and then loses it right in front of. Oh, that is some tough luck there for Aspen Belvin. I think Justin Craig or Yakov. That was Yakov Bielik right there who got piece of that as well, as they all rolled off, but big damage to Peter Lanick, who was having a solid run. Put the nose back on there during the quick repair. But he'll have some work to do in sprint race number 2. This should be the white flag coming up here for Christopher Hill as he works his way towards the final corner. Battle for second, still hot and heavy behind him. Rafael Torres has some pressure. Here goes Ficacci, looks to driver's right, gets very close, kind of gets shut off though by the 777, but Ficacci's going to have an opportunity down into turn 1. He'll have to make a bit of a dive bomb move, gets alongside though. Here they go down into turn 1. Torres gives him the space. They are still side by side, but Ficacci takes second away. It's about 4.5 seconds behind Christopher Hill. Good battle for this spot. Don't count out Torres. He has the speed tonight. Been in second every single lap. He's going to try and get it back. He'll go to the outside of Ficacci. This is tricky. He's going to go wide and almost catches the wall. Adam Pohl closing in as those two continue to race it out. back. Peter Yerxa, Aspen Belvin had to bring it down pit road, so that will put an end to his strong night so far. And he will potentially, no, he will fall out of the points right there as Mike Nickum races on past. The battle to watch right now, second position, Fikachi. Good run here in this first sprint race. Didn't have a fun time getting by that 777, but now he's passed him right when he needed to. First corner of the last lap. White flag is out. Christopher Hill, just a few more corners to go, and he'll be on his way to his 5th sprint race win of the season. Dominating performance so far in this one. 5-second lead over Fikachi and Torres. Torres with the draft, though. Going to try and make a move back to driver's right. The 00 trying to hang on to it. Going to stay alongside down into the braking zone here. The Rixflix machine. Oh, he's going to make contact. Door rubbing there as they race down towards the final corner. Is he still alongside? It's going to be tight down into this final spot. Adam Pohl right there to take advantage. Looks like Torres takes it back. Fikachi's going to try and settle for 3rd. He will get that spot. Good battle there as Adam Pohl right behind them closed up so much on that final lap. Michael Pavolano 5th. Kakusher a strong 6th position. Got Kim, Jesse Brannon racing for 11th right now. Headed in through the kink, back to the left-hand section. Scott Kim gives it up. Brannon right in front of him, maybe close enough to give him the bumper. I know they don't really do that much in road racing, but hey, you've got the opportunity. Got Kim trying to do it cleanly, though, and Brannon deep in the braking zone, gonna be able to hold him off for 11th and 12th. Ryan Kennedy a little wide right there. Yerxa right behind him, but Kennedy will hang on to 13th. Yerxa 14th. Mike Nickum last in the points in 15th. I think they're trying to hit some jumps here. I think they're jumping around this racetrack. But that'll do it here for sprint race number 1. A few more drivers yet to wrap it up. Aaron Dietrich, who is still on the lead lap with the trouble in the hill section, to keep going. Bappa comes home 17th after his trouble there as well. Stefan Tenney is still racing it out. Comes to a close there for him. Darren Treacle has been on pit road for a while. He did not attempt to finish the race. Here goes Christopher Hill. Ooh, just about cleared the tires. Oh, they wanted me to try and catch that here on the broadcast. That was a really fun race, though, and surprisingly low incidents for what I was expecting. So really good to see these guys racing clean and hopefully having a good time out there as well. That is going to be Christopher Hill taking the win in sprint race number 1, but we are going to try and pull in somebody different than sprint race 1 winner between the break here. We do need to cut to commercial break and hear from our sponsors before we do that. We will be right back. Beltway Brewing Company is located in Sterling, Virginia, and proudly represents the DMV area. Check out their lineup of unique IPAs, lagers, sours, stouts, and even seltzers. Savory and delicious empanadas by Peruvian Brothers are now available in their tap room. For all things Beltway, go to beltwaybrewco.com and follow at Beltway Brew Co. on social media. SEO Mike helps businesses of all sizes achieve higher search engine rankings to drive more traffic and increase sales. Contact SEO Mike today for a free website evaluation and quote. Mention this ad for 15% off your initial setup. SEO Mike, marketing websites on the internet since 1997. Visit SEOMike.com.
Welcome to V-Speed, your home for sim racing excitement, providing dramatic moments from iRacing and beyond. We offer broadcasting for leagues across iRacing and specialized packages to help grow your league and advertise your sponsors.
Shot at it, I think, and right now Stravato with that advantage. It's half a car length the difference between first and second going into turn one. He gives the bumper to Connor Horn.
Jim, these two have gone all year to get to this point. Jacob Shorba drifting up the racetrack. They make contact. The 88 goes around. The 95 goes around. The 12 caught in it.
Our design team can help you create anything from paint schemes to sim rig parts with expertise in both 2D and 3D design with 3D printing capabilities. Looking to get into broadcasting yourself? We can help you design and operate custom overlays to make your stream look as professional as possible. Our team can create and manage custom merchandise sales for you and your team. Check out our shop to see what we have in stock and how we can create some awesome merch for you. Check out our race replays on YouTube or catch us live weekly on Twitch. Visit us at vspeedsim.com to see how we can help you on your iRacing journey.
About to get things going here in sprint race number 2. Christopher Hill is going to lead the way for us as he finished sprint race 1 in a dominating performance. His car is rolling here, so no interviews. Really quick right there. Very, very exciting sprint race. Forward to another one right here, another 20-minute event. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the like button. It really does help us out a lot. We do appreciate you tuning in. Hope you check out the sponsors for tonight's race. They're the ones that make this possible for these drivers out here week after week. Really awesome sponsors. And really great racing as Christopher Hill will lead us down towards the restart. Get things going here in sprint race number 2. It'll be Christopher Hill, Rafael Torres side by side. Big start there from Steve Ficacci. But he'll be alongside Torres as they race through turn number 1. And Ficacci's going to take that spot away straight away. And he wanted to get that done and over with and have an opportunity for the race win here in sprint race number 2. He is just 2 car lengths behind Christopher Hill, and what a familiar sight. This is all of last season. These two battled for it. And I think Ficacci, now that he's clear of the 777, could have an opportunity to keep up with 101. Side by side a little farther back. That is Reed Wilson up here trying to race it up with Jonathan DeCoucher. And DeCoucher gets cleared by a few car lengths. They work their way up the hill. Wide up there in front of them goes Michael Pavlano, but he recovers nicely. Still trying to hang on to that race car a little bit. Where we saw Lanik go around and so close to the barrier for Reed Wilson. Got pressure from Clint Fletcher right there behind him. Keep an eye on this battle for the race lead right now as they work their way out of the hill. Ficacci right there on the bumper. He could have an opportunity to make a move. He is going to be closing in with the draft. He is on the bumper. Not going to make a dive, but Torres just might. And neither of them do. Ficacci trying to push the 101 into a mistake as he mirrors every single move right there in the tire tracks. Already off to a fantastic start here in sprint race number 2. No issues, it appears, for anyone. That is great to see here in lap number 1. You'd love that everybody can make it around without problems on that first lap. As they are fighting for it back here. Remember, Darren Treacle with problems in sprint race 1. Trying to get a points finish here as he is second in the standings coming into tonight's event. Got around Peter Lanik, Stefan Papa, next one front. All those guys going to try and get a good finish. Aspen Belvin leading the way for Aaron Dietrich and Peter Yerksa. Those guys going to be fighting to try and make up spots early. Really cool shot right here as they work through the hill. Is Peter Yerksa being tracked down by Stefan Vapa. Vapa catches the wall just a little bit. He has Darren Treacle right behind him, might notice that and say, oh, I need to give him some space here. This is pretty dangerous. Darren just taking his time through this section, trying to be smooth. Don't push the car too hard. Back from Scott Kim's machine to Aspen Belvin up to 14th. They're starting 16th in this event. Not going to be quite as successful a night for the 84 as it was last week at Daytona, where he finished on the podium in sprint race number 2, but still going to try and give it a fighting chance here tonight. Mr. Hill about a half second in front of Steve Ficacci, who's trying to keep him honest. That 101's so good here tonight. About 2 car lengths as they make their way into the right-hand section, back up the hill. Awesome shots around this place as they come around these blind corners, just appearing out of nowhere seemingly. All you can do is hear them and they appear a few moments later. Hachi, man, he is putting on the pressure, trying everything he can do to make that 101 make a mistake. Just not happening, as Chris Rail has been nearly perfect all season long. I don't think he's really made a mistake other than maybe making a pass too soon or not giving up the lead at Daytona, and just a victim of kind of circumstance of the way that that track races. But he has been the dominant driver during this season and continuing to show that here tonight. But Ficacci went up with him as Rafael Torres started to lose touch with these guys, about 2 seconds behind. Looking fast as usual, but just not quite fast enough to keep up with those top 2 who have kind of, it appears, resumed their battle where they left off last season. Adam Pohl, always a strong contender here in this league. Right on board with him through turn number 1. His sights set on the 777. Rafael Torres. Remember, Pohl got so close to getting on the podium in race number 1. Driver who just missed out on podiums last week, that was Brian Kennedy, who got passed in the last moments of both sprint races last week at Daytona. Currently rides 11th here tonight. Looks like he may not be able to get up there and race for a podium position. Currently about 15 seconds back, so kind of out of the question unless there's lots of mistakes from drivers who's running it. We do have a driver out of this one. That is going to be Peter Lanik. Yakov Bielik with issues, and Darren Treacle's had problems as well. I'm going to go take a look back and see what happened here. 2 sprint races here. Problems for the 70 machine. So there we go. Vapa and Lanik. Oh! That was Bielik who ended up on his lid. The one gets turned around and nowhere for 70 to go, and they make their way past behind him, but big damage for those drivers. What happened to Jakub Bielek here? Oh, he got clipped by Brannon. Low roll, and Vapa, big mistake right there. Checks them up, catches the one machine. Around they go. And those guys, but Bielek back, making his way onto the racetrack. Peter Lanik as well. Stefan Vapa, Mike Nickum fighting for position here. Rafael Torres with problems. He's gone off the track in the final corner. Oh, maybe he got turned around. Let's take a look here if somebody got into him. Adam Pohl making moves, and oh, he clipped the grass just a little bit. Pulled it all the way into the tire barrier. All kinds of things happening on that lap. Torres will fall to 7th in the 777. Not a good night for Darren Treacle, who was trying to close up on Christopher Hill in points. Just not going to be able to do that. Also, maybe problems for Fakachi as he goes around. Dangerous spot. He's going to tow. Wow. What a change that is. That will move Adam Pohl to second, Michael Pavolano to third, Jonathan DeCusher, Reed Wilson rounding out the top 5. And right now that is going to be the first battle for position. Rafael Torres putting pressure on Reed Wilson. Wow, I did not see any of that stuff coming. That is crazy, but obviously Fakachi started to struggle. He had fallen to 2.5 seconds back after being right there in the tire tracks of Christopher Hill. At the halfway point in this race, the complexion has changed entirely. Barring any major problems from Christopher Hill, he should be on his way to another dominating night. Not surrendered the lead yet, but this battle for 5th. There goes Torres to take that position away. Reed Wilson just gave it to him. Not even going to fight him there as Justin Craig and Clint Fletcher close in behind him. Be a 4-car little pack right here. Could be some fun racing in this. Clint Fletcher, Jesse Brannon, Brian Kennedy in the top 10, and Aspen Belvin trying to close up, rides 11th. Really exciting stuff so far here in these 2 sprint races, and it's been fun to watch. I mean, a lot of unexpected twists and turns, just like this track will bring you. The track has a lot of unexpected twists and turns, and the battle for second could be closing up here. Pavolano running very competitively with Adam Pohl, very close in terms of lap times. Plenty of time to get it done. He's about 1.2 seconds back as they race for that second step on the podium. Pavolano, ooh, a little trouble right there. And it's amazing to see these guys race around here. I would not be confident enough to go through those turns with the same kind of bravery. These guys know these cars so well. Are just racing wheels off of them. They're doing an incredible job. Jonathan DeCusher promoted up into 4th. Going to have a nice, quiet ride to the finish here, I think, assuming no mistakes. Got about 3 seconds up the road and about 4 seconds out the back window. That is Jakub Bielek, who goes a lap down. Just lets those leaders on by. We have 3 cars off the lead lap. That is Jakub Bielek, Steve Fakachi, who's on pit road, and here comes Jakub back to pit lane, and Berkint in the 61. I'm also possibly calling it a night. He's got heavy damage. But no, takes a fast repair. Brings his car back to track. Few small packs here have kind of formed up. That is Reed Wilson in front of Justin Craig, Clint Fletcher. Then you got Brannon and Kennedy and Dietrich and Aspen Belvin, who's closed up. Or rather, Dietrich has made the pass on Aspen Belvin. That's what happened. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. You can also find us on these different social media outlets throughout the week. See what we're up to. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you can also find us over on Twitch on Tuesday nights or Thursday nights when we do V-Speed After Dark, a fun racing series, and you're free to join that if you would like. You can follow us at V-Speed After Dark on Twitter as well, where we announce those events. Got some racing going on up in front of these guys. Reed Wilson has lost 2 positions. He's lost them to Justin Craig and Clint Fletcher, and now Jesse Brannon closing up behind him. We could have 5 cars under a blanket here, as this has got to be a little bit sketchy for the number 11. How about Aaron Dietrich in this race? Up 7 positions. We got a question. James Bickford asking, will Reed Wilson beat Rafael Torres? Right now, not looking like it. Torres up in 5th. Reed Wilson in the 8th position, about 6 seconds behind him. And he is now under fire. Jesse Brannon makes his way to the inside, and he will outduel him on the right-hand side of the racetrack. And here comes Brian Kennedy, going to capitalize. Jesse Brannon still fading a little bit to have a problem with Aspen Belvin. We did. Oh no. He clipped the grass, lost focus, and drove off the racetrack. Maybe problems with his steering wheel. Oh, that is so unfortunate. It was going to be close to a top 10 run for him here. He is behind the wall for the moment. So opportunities for drivers to gain a spot there. And side by side there goes Jesse Brannon around, and they are trying to file through. Brannon tows it. What happened to Brannon? Maybe the same problem that hit Steve Ficacci. It is. He just loses the back. Dietrich right there has to force him around. And then Scott Kim closes in. He'll get a spot or 2. And then all those other drivers their way on past. Well, Scott Kim up here in the top 10. Good run for him. Nice clean night for him. Aaron Dietrich going to be looking to get a spot back here, I'm sure. He's been up in the top 10 a lot of these 2 sprint races, and just... Oh, and he gets the wall! Oh my goodness, you cannot predict what's going to happen here tonight at Mount Panorama. What a fun night of racing. It's been very exciting. A lot like what we saw last week at Daytona. Just so many twists and turns. 23 of them here, to be exact. And these are nice short races. You know, this is going to be a 10-lap race. Christopher Hill's led every single lap tonight in race 1 and race 2. This is the battle for 6th position. Justin Craig has it. Clint Fletcher wants it. Brian Kennedy's closing in, so could be cars fighting for that. The battle for 2nd still not entirely over. Avalano in arm's reach, but gonna have to bank on a mistake from the 8 machine, and only one more lap after this one. Make something happen. Probably just gonna run out of time. He's not been losing time. That time actually he gained 4/10. The margin's still just about 1.3 seconds, so he's lost a little bit of time on this lap. What can you say about that 101? He is he's taking these boys to school tonight. Only pressure he's really had at all was from Steve Ficacci, who ended up driving himself into a mistake. After Ficacci came home third in sprint race number 1, he will finish last here in sprint race number 2. Eye on some of these other battles up here. Scott Kim in the 10th position. Aaron Dietrich, Mike Nickum, Stefan Vappa, Peter Yerxa. Those 5 cars. Scott Kim a little wide there, headed onto the straightaway. This will cost him. They're drag racing down the back here. So you can stall each other out, and that's exactly what Scott Kim is doing. He's gotten alongside Aaron Dietrich, no help really to force him past, and Scott Kim with the horsepower down the straightaway, just going to be able to drive past him late in the braking zone, keeps it on track. Wow, that was a good bit of driving to not lose that car. Now Aaron Dietrich going to feel the heat. They're going to go 3 wide in the final corner. A little poke there from the 97 of Stefan Vappa. And Vappa's going to lose a lot of momentum. Here comes Peter Yerxa, going to fight for that position. As at the front, white flag in the air for Christopher Hill. Final lap for the 101. The driving instructor. Performance Racing Industries is definitely, like I said, taking these boys to school tonight. Really phenomenal performance once again from him. He has been dominant this season. This will be the 3rd race event out of 4 where he has led every single lap and got the pole as well. Basically a perfect night for him. Got the lap machine up there in front of him. That appears to be Jesse Brannon. Battle back here for 7th and 8th. Justin Craig, Brian Kennedy. Battle for 2nd has come down to about 6/10. Adam Pohl was there. Or sorry, Michael Pavolano. He's closed up a ton, but again, just going to run out of time as they make their way around Lanik. Oh man, Adam Pohl doing what he needs to do to hang on to it, but Christopher Hill making his way towards the final corner. He'll win sprint race number 2. What a drive from the 101 as he takes the win. Dominating performance tonight. Great drive from him. Very, very good night for the 101. 2nd going to be Adam Pohl. 3rd, Michael Pavolano. Back here side by side, Brian Kennedy, Justin Craig. They head towards the final corner. This is for 7th. Oh, and the crossover move. Justin Craig sends it down to the inside. And a little sideways in the grass. Going to be a drag race back to the line. Justin Craig gets it done. 75 thousandths between those two. Let's go back to Scott Kim. Nice top 10 for the driver of the 711. And then Mike Nickum not going to be able to beat Aaron Dietrich. Stefan Vappa behind them. Peter Yerxa. Good battles there. What a fun night of racing here from Mount Panorama. What more can you say about that? Great battles all throughout the field. Christopher Hill still wheeling it out here, trying to get back around, I think, to do some burnouts or at least hit that jump here coming up in a little bit. So, really great night from the 101 who takes the win, leads every lap tonight. He's going to pull it to a stop here, maybe wait for these guys and kind of do a group event. I know they've been wanting to catch some of the chaos after the broadcast, so we're going to try and catch it here. A little bit like the V-Speed After Dark, but let's see if we can pull Christopher Hill in for an interview straight away. Christopher Hill, Adam in the V-Speed booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, dude.
Well, we're gonna try and capture the melee here down this backstretch while we interview you. But
This might or might not go well. If it goes well, it's gonna be epic. I missed it last time, so we'll see here.
yeah, it was quite a night for you, though. You lead every lap again. This is the third race in 4.
All
Oh,
right.
nice!
Oh, dang it!
Well, you lead every single lap here. Oh my gosh, cars flipping in the distance. What a night for you. Not a lot of pressure on you. You were just you just had a little bit more than everybody else tonight. How's it feel to take the victory?
That was a great race. I mean, it's it may have looked somewhat easy, but it wasn't. I promise you that. This track is super demanding. Any little mistake and you're punished. So it was very very challenging the whole time. Even if I had a lead, and there was a couple moments there where in chat and everybody started chatting. I'm like, I started making a little bobble, and I'm like, okay, gotta turn that off, because it was definitely a moment to focus. But very enjoyable, and very happy to pull off another couple wins. That's been a good season so far, and hopefully can keep it up here. So
Just absolutely dominating once again. This is, like I said, 3 out of 4 where you've gotten the pole and led every single lap during the night in both sprint races. Darren Treacle with problems, so your point gap is going to open up even more. We go to Interlagos next week. How do you feel about going out there?
I'm not certain how good I am there. Sometimes I do okay there, I think, and then other times not so much. So hopefully we can get a good result. But I guess we'll see. I don't know that we've raced there with this series before. If we have it, I don't recall it. So it'll be interesting to see who's strong and such there. It's been good to see Steve back, and he's definitely putting the pressure on. Something must have happened to him mid-race here, because he kind of all of a sudden disappeared at the end there. But if he keeps showing up, it's going to keep the pressure on. And with the drop races and stuff, there's still a long way to go in the championship to hold on to it. So see how it goes.
Definitely still a lot of work to be done, but man, you're doing a lot of the heavy lifting to create a gap here early on this season. So again, congrats on the win. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Always mentioning Precision Racing Instruction, my instruction company here. We do stuff with the sim or in real life based on what you want, kind of a deal, and continue you up, get you quicker, and help you enjoy your car or sim or whichever a bit more. Can reach out to us either Instagram, Facebook, or directly on Discord if you're connected up there. Thanks to Scott and the gang for putting on the races. It's been a great season so far, a lot of fun, and thanks for doing the broadcast. You guys are doing a great job. It's super fun to tune in and watch, and been trying to share it as much as we can and get some viewers, and so it's been a good time, and on to the next one. So.
Yeah, it was a very entertaining one. A lot of battles. Not so much, involving that 101 machine, but deeper in the pack, there were some really intense fights for position around this place. So it's going to be a fun one for you to go back and watch. And again, congrats on the win. We'll catch you next week.
Yeah, thanks so much. Talk to you next week.
Christopher Hill takes the win. Let's go to second place finisher Adam Pohl. Pull him in booth. Adam Pohl. This is Adam in the V-Speed booth. You got a copy.
Hey Adam, how are you doing?
Hey, not too bad, man. Good, strong performance here from you in the 2 sprint races tonight. You finished 4th in the first one, 2nd here in race number 2. Describe your night for us.
Yeah, I was hoping to be up here, but I didn't really expect to be. So I just nipped out everyone else in qualifying to get that 4th spot by like 0.02 of a second or something like that. Finally put together a lap, so I was pretty happy about that. And then first race went off, just kept it clean, kept my car on the track and out of the wall, and watched the guys sort of battle up ahead the whole time, and just tried my best to maintain the gap behind me. And then that second race there kind of settled in for the same thing. And then I was giving Raphael a bit of a hard time on the radio, and he was giving it back to me, and then all of a sudden he caught a little grass and off the track he went, and I was in 3rd, so that was exciting. And then I guess looked like Steve had found a wall too and damaged his car, and and lost it the next time up the mountain. And just like that, I was in second within a half lap. So after that, I just kept as steady as I could. I did tag a wall, which just a little bit of damage slowed me down a hair, but managed to stay in front of Mike. Got a little help from Peter Lanik there on the last lap with a bit of a draft from him, so that was nice.
Yeah, definitely was coming down to the wire there on that last lap. We weren't sure if the 5 machine could catch you, but you hang on for that second place. I think your best finish of this so far. So we go to Interlagos next week. You think you can follow up tonight's run there?
It'd be nice to hit the podium again. It's a fun track that I know fairly well, but I mean, Raphael, Chris, Steve, and Darren, they're just on another level from the rest of us, it seems. So I expect to follow those guys around for the night, but when they make a mistake, I'll hopefully be there to capitalize on it.
Yeah, that's exactly what you did tonight, but don't sell yourself too short. I mean, you were right there with that third place battle in race number 1. You were right in the mix, so definitely very strong performance at probably the most challenging track we're going to do this whole season. So obviously had this place figured out and got some great finishes here tonight. Anybody you want to give a shout out to for the runner-up here tonight?
Just the admins again. I know how much work Scott Kim puts into the league here, and it's not an easy job all the time to do all that and deal with everything. So I just want to thank him, and then the stewards, and then our sponsors, SEO Mike and Beltway Brewing. So they all make this happen. We all really appreciate it.
Awesome, Adam. Well, congrats on a great run here tonight, and get it Interlagos next week.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Have a good night.
You too. That is Adam Pohl, and now we're going to go to third place finisher Michael Pavolano. Mike, Adam in the V-Speed booth. You got a copy?
A copy, Adam. How are you?
Hey, doing great, and great run out here for you tonight. You come home in the third place position after finishing 5th in sprint race number 1. Describe your night for us.
Yeah, it was. I think it was a consistent night. Had a good run. What I was worried about was making a mistake, because this track is very unforgiving. So I try to take it easy. Didn't really push it that much if I don't have to push it. So and it worked out, because I think at the end it was a battle of attrition, right? And he who kept clean, I think, stuck on, right? So.
Yeah, and you were closing in on Adam there at the very end, just 7/10 away from coming home runner-up tonight. And like you said, definitely a battle of attrition, and a tough race tonight for a lot of drivers, but going to help you out in the...
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, we go to Interlagos next week. How do you feel about going out there?
Oh, I like that track. So I am looking forward to that. But I have to put in a lot of practice, as you're aware. A lot of fast guys here, and can't just show up without practice. So I think I got to put in some seat time to at least hang on to something, right? So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to that one as well. And you did find victory lane in the season finale, last season, and we'll see if we find one here pretty soon. But nice, solid podium finish tonight from Mount Panorama. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, to my wife and kids for keeping up and tolerating my hobby here, for giving me that time. The admins, Scott, Brian, and Dean, all the gang at NCC and Trillium, and you, Adam, for doing a great job in broadcasting. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Great run tonight. We'll catch you next week.
Great. Thanks, Adam.
Mike Pavolano comes home third place position here tonight. Let's go to our driver of the day. Looking at biggest here in race number 2. Also drivers who ran solidly here tonight. Oh, Scott Kim, who gets a couple of finishes, is going to be driver of the day. Finishes in top 10 here at Mount Panorama, one of the most difficult tracks on the circuit. Scott, you've been selected driver of the day. great job here tonight, man. A couple of nice solid points finish it. How did it go from your perspective?
I didn't. My expectation wasn't too high. I just wanted to, just drive clean and just survive the whole, the night. But man, yeah, it was pretty awesome. I was a little surprised. I think I got lucky in a number of times where, they had a number of crashes, and I was like, okay, it's gonna be either left or right. I just picked one of them, and just went for it. And yeah, I just kept it clean. I never touched the wall, and yeah, I just got lucky, I guess. But yeah.
You had a moment in race number 2, come down to one of the last corners there. You were trying to hold off that line of race cars. The back end started to slide out, but great job saving it there. That was very very impressive, and got you a nice top 10.
Thank you. And yeah, I drive track cars and HPD in real life, and I teach skid pad and things like that. So a lot of that training came in. So yeah, I tend to catch it as early as possible. So. But yeah, the tires are pretty beat up within like 10 minutes or so at this track, as you can imagine. So.
Yeah, very difficult racetrack, and man, you're just on a nice edge the whole time up and down that hill, and it was so fun to watch the battles here tonight. And you were leading that line of about 5 race cars there.
Yes,
at the end.
Was. I was like, no pressure, keep breathing and just focus on my drive. So yeah.
Yeah, it gets pretty intense in that kind of situation, man. But
yes, it was.
We do go to Interlagos next week. How do you feel about going out there?
It's a nice track. It's definitely technical. It's very challenging. We've done it in the past on a GTE, I believe. So yeah, I'm looking forward to going back to more normal tracks. So that should be fun. I'm gonna debut my new paint job next week. So hopefully I can catch me on the stream next week as well. So yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah,
man.
it's gonna be awesome. Next 5 races or so, the second half of the season, I think it's gonna be very exciting. We got some really nice tracks coming up.
Yeah, there's definitely a bunch on there that I have circled. The Nürburgrings, of course, going to be a lot of fun. Coda's a track, Barber.
Yep. Imola
is going to be fun too. So awesome stuff. Looking forward to more of it, and great run here tonight. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I just want to give a shout out to all the drivers, all my the chapter, the club, my family. I mean, it's been a really fun ride. I mean, I think we're turning almost 2 years now. We started back in May 2020, and I really appreciate your streaming and the high quality that you do every week. And thanks to all the drivers out there. And we're open to new drivers, so it's never too late to join us. So come on down. We got prizes. And we got really good competitions every week.
Yeah, definitely competitive, and another great show tonight by all you guys. Really entertaining to watch, and sure you'll love going back and watching the stream here. It was definitely fun from my perspective.
Awesome! That's awesome. I can't wait to see it.
Yes, sir. And again, congrats, top 10 finish here, and a really solid night overall, and driver of the day. So we'll catch you next week.
Awesome. Thanks, Adam. See you next time.
Thank you. Got Kim, driver of the day, the league admin here, having a really solid night for himself, and obviously happy with his performance as well. Not many, no major mistakes. A really good save later in the race that kept his position, and he's going to be proud of this one, that is for sure. But we do want to go through the rest of the results here in tonight's event. Let's take a look at the full rundown. Christopher Hill did dominate the night. No lead changes at any point. He led every single lap. Adam Pohl with a good, strong set of races. He'll finish second here in sprint race number 2. Mike Pavolano, he'll finish third. Jonathan DeKusher finishes in fourth. Rafael Torres able to recover to fifth after a mistake running in the runner-up spot. Clint Fletcher finishes sixth. Justin Craig seventh. Brian Kennedy eighth. Reed Wilson lead his debut here. He finishes ninth. Scott Kim rounds out the top 10. 11th was Aaron Dietrich. 12th, Mike Nickham. Stefan Vampa. 13th, Peter Yerxa. 14th, Stefan Tenney. 15th, Jesse Brannon. 16th, Peter Lanik. 17th, Aspen Belvin. He'll finish 18th. Berkant Dogdu going to be 19th. And Darren Treacle with a rough night from his seat. He'll finish 20th. 21st, Jakub Bielik. 22nd, Steve Ficacci, who had a third place finish in sprint race number 1, but did not have to his way here. We want to thank you so much for tuning in here tonight on V-Speed to the BMW Car Club of America National Capital Chapter Sim Racing League. Tonight's winner, Christopher Hill, dominating performance, dominating season so far. Congrats to him and everybody else who had a fun race tonight. We want to thank SEO Mike and Beltway Brewing Company for their sponsorship of this league, helping put on these broadcasts. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to follow, like, and subscribe. We will catch you all next Tuesday with the Below the Double Yellow Cup Series from Talladega. You won't want to miss that one. We'll be right back here on Thursday at Interlagos. Hope you all enjoyed and have a